G'day ladies and gentlemen, not too long ago I decided to steal some more of Friendly Geordie's content by labelling the worst places to live in the beautiful country of Australia. It's a great country, it's wonderful, fucking fantastic, right? But there are some absolute shitholes, some crack dens, some awful places that if you end up in, not only will you hate them, but you'll probably get stabbed. Now, if you don't know what a shithole is, Urban Dictionary defines it as a really bad place or building, especially somewhere undesirable to live or work. Now, we went through and listed some shitholes, like Sydney, like Brisbane, shitholes in Melbourne, Adelaide, big shithole, Byron Bay, Logan, the biggest of shitholes. But we must remember, ladies and gentlemen, I believe it was Marcus Aurelius who said, you cannot judge a shithole by the turds that transverse through it, all right? Meaning, I think that people from these shitholes aren't necessarily bad people, but they probably are shit people. I don't know, it was said a long time ago in ancient Rome. But ladies and gents, before we go any further, this video is brought to you by the great people at Crush Organics. Crush Organics is the world's leading supplier of high quality CBD products. Products to keep you calm, focused, relaxed, and in charge. Their range is arguably one of the largest and fastest expanding collections on planet Earth, with a collection of oils that include the peppermint day oil, the kava infused night oil, the broad spectrum muscle recovery oils, the platinum oils, and the all new Impact Diamond Oil. They're a brand with something for everybody. And as if that wasn't enough, they're always dropping new products like bath bombs, the gummies. Oh, I love the gummies. Gift boxes and pain creams. The pain creams are great. When the Buttsman goes to the gym and gets huge, he gets home, lathers himself up in the Crush Organics pain cream. It is amazing. Their products can help with memory, focus, muscle soreness, pain relief, relaxation, calming the central nervous system, sleep, study, recovery, and more. And let me tell you this, I have a special treat for my subscribers only. So if you're not a subscriber, piss off. Crush Organics is giving you a massive, massive discount. Use the code BOXING-BUTTER, yes, that code right there, and you will get 45% off. Go and do it right now. The link is down below. And thank you very much to Crush Organics for looking after the people, the Buttsman, this channel, and everybody getting around. Crush Organics, link below. This sale won't happen again, so go and get it. Now, back to the video. So I covered a lot of places in the first video, but ladies and gentlemen, let's start the list off with a place that was already on that last list, but it needs to be again. Fucking Canberra. Australia's capital, ladies and gentlemen, known by the local Indigenous people and named by the local Indigenous people as Canberra, in their language, the Ngunnawal people, meaning meeting place. Okay, that makes sense. That's the capital, that's where Parliament meets, but also it means women's breasts. I tell you what, Canberra, you certainly are not the tits, you're a fucking shithole. Canberra sucks. It actually has a NASA base in Canberra, and it has this really powerful telescope in Canberra, and even that extremely powerful telescope that can look back billions of years into the universe still can't find anything interesting to do in fucking Canberra. But honestly, here's why I hate Canberra. I was jumped in Canberra by about 7 14-year-old eshays, some lads at a shopping centre. They surrounded me, they wanted money, they were like, oh, you're a YouTuber, you got money. And yeah, obviously, buy my merch, but I got attacked by them, they chased me, and then one of them sack-whacked me, and I was sitting there going, what the fuck am I supposed to do here? I can't hit a child, I cannot hit a child. Anyway, I went into a local pub because they couldn't go in there because they were 14, and I waited for their, mother or father to pick them up. I'm kidding, they didn't have parents, they just went home on the train, those dirty fucks. Anyway, the joke's on them. They will grow up to be crack addicts and die at a young age. Hooray! Continuing on with the list, here's one that people were really mad in the comment section in the first video that I didn't cover. Townsville. Townsville actually won. The shittest place in Australia. It is such a crime-ridden shithole. How do I explain it? If you live in Townsville and you own a car, you don't anymore. It's fucking gone. They're self-driving. They're in your driveway at night and they're fucking gone in the morning. I recently did a show in Townsville and I was met after the show back at my hotel, but not just me. This is just where these guys were hanging out, this local Indigenous group. They were hanging out there and I got called a white for about 15 minutes while I was trying to find me fucking key. So yeah, Fuck off, Townsville. Didn't feel overly welcome. Moving on to another fucking shit place in Australia, Double Bay. Double Bay is like Beverly Hills, but for poorer people from Beverly Hills. The average income is $200,000, which is, great. It's certainly better than fucking Townsville. But Double Bay is a lot like a massage parlour that also gives hand jobs. Everybody in Double Bay is a wanker. Particularly in winter, you can see them all just crowding around the ocean wearing North Face $300 fucking polar fleece fucking puffy bullshit fucking hoodies. Absolute cock smokers in Double Bay. It is inundated with real estate agents. That is just the number one group of people that live there. That and accountants and drug dealers. They're all wearing Ralph Lauren fucking polo shirts, fake Gucci belts. They are just the biggest bunch of on earth. And Coke. They fucking love Coke. And if you're lucky enough to, catch a babe from Double Bay, you'll get a girl with a fake lip, fake ass, fake tits, fake hair, fake hips, fake everything, fake fucking everything. Even the shit veneers that she's wearing are fake. She flew to fucking, where do they fucking fly to now? Fucking Turkey to get fake veneers. These women from Double Bay, I know I'm being a misogynist here, but these women from Double Bay don't deserve oxygen. Sorry. Let's slide down the income scale near the bottom to go to beautiful, gorgeous Darwin. Okay, people always tell me, why don't you come to Darwin? There's a few reasons. Number one, the last time I was there, I was booked at a nightclub. I went on stage. My dumb fucking tour manager couldn't work out how to turn the strobe light off. As I walked on the stage, it was on for half an hour. And for someone with fucking epilepsy, that's not a great thing. Anyway, so that probably left a sour taste in my mouth. Secondly, in Darwin, you're much more likely to get eaten by a fucking crocodile than you are have a good time. They genuinely have a fake beach in the middle of Darwin that is 50% chlorine, 50% piss, but it's 0% crocodiles, which means everyone fucking hangs out there. Not to mention, on a list of the most dangerous cities in the world, Darwin sits at number 95. 5 spots higher than them. Only 5 spots more dangerous is Baghdad in Iraq. Baghdad. Fucking hell, Darwin. No wonder no one wants to come there. If you keep looking at that list, there's more Australian cities there, and one is on that list even more dangerous than Cape Town in South Africa, Tijuana, Mexico, and Sao Paulo, Brazil. And that is the beef capital of Australia, fucking Rockhampton. They call it the beef capital because everyone's got beef with everyone and they're all trying to fucking shank each other. To perfectly explain Rockhampton, you got to look at Steve-O's comment, whoever that is, from the last video about Australia's worst towns. You missed Rockhampton. A woman was taking a dump in the shopping centre bathroom and another woman in the stall next to her reached down under the stall and stole her mobile phone. The owner of the phone gave chase without wiping and ended up on the footpath down the street. Ladies and gentlemen, come and visit Rocky. What a beautiful place. Victoria, you've missed out on this list so far. Let's look at an interesting suburb called Broadmeadows. If you're from Broadmeadows and well, let's be honest, you're not watching this, you don't have the internet. If you're from Broadmeadows and you're sitting in a McDonald's car park stealing their free Wi-Fi, this one's for you. Broadmeadows, if you can imagine, is just a little suburb. And its people resemble something from a movie. You see, they're all crack addicts, meth addicts, and they look like the creatures that, in the movie I Am Legend, when Will Smith goes into that really dark building and he flashes his light around and sees them all eating something, that was actually based on real people from Broadmeadows. It has the highest per capita of meth heads in the world. So, ladies and gentlemen, if you're in Broadmeadows, have a glass Barbie on me tonight, you legends. Oh, and also, 1 in every 32 homes is burgled. What a lovely place. Here's another shithole. There's a place between Ballarat and Bendigo. I was recently there. It's an old gold rush town and it hasn't changed at all. They've kept it exactly the same. Some people say it's vintage. Some people say it's antique. I call it rust. Don't know what it's called and I don't want to know. There's another shithole in Victoria. It's called Geelong. G'day Geelong, how you doing? I was there the other year and I played a show. I did a show in a giant sphinx and inside the sphinx is a pub. This is absolutely real. It's insane. But it doesn't have a nose, this sphinx, much like the one in Egypt, but this one didn't get shot off in a war or was stolen. This one lost its nose because all it did was snort coke with the fucking crackheads from Broadmeadows, and eventually the septum dissolved and its nose fucking fell off. Moving on, Wollongong is a shithole as well, and Wollongong, I fucking hate you because of the uni. The uni bar there, shout out to the uni bar, how you doing? I did a show there, my first tour, I did a show there. It was one of my first sold out shows that I'd ever done in my life. And since then, I've been banned by the uni bar because I'm so abrasive and offensive and such a misogynist piece of shit, and I hate everybody. Listen here, uni bar, suck my dirty scrote. Suck my scrote. I'm filming this after the gym and I haven't showered yet. Suckle on these scroty ball bags. The uni bar, a place where you finger people and fucking snort coke off a toilet seat, is I just can't be there. I'm just too outrageous. Grow up, you fucking pussies. Anyway, I found a new venue, so I'll be back in Wollongong on the 8th of October. Suck my cock. Port Arthur in Tasmania, a very interesting place, but don't spend too much time there. The best way to enjoy Port Arthur is just to shoot through. The Gold Coast. Do you want AIDS? Come to the Gold Coast. Kempsey. It's actually where the Butterfields are from. Kempsey is like Broadmeadows, but after an overdose. It is where humans go to enjoy de-evolution. Kempsey is so bad they actually sent the Mars rover there to explore it. It was the only safe way to explore it, and it had its wheels stolen. It survived the Martian atmosphere, but it couldn't survive fucking Kempsey. Kempsey, hope you're doing well and you're enjoying this video from your prison cells. You absolute grotesque Lithgow, shithole, 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 shithole. I would like to pose this challenge. Hey, Vladimir Putin, withdraw from the Ukraine and invade fucking Lithgow. Alice Springs, you got a big rock, get over it. Mount Druitt. Oh my God, Mount Druitt. It's right near where my dad grew up, actually. The old Mountie Druitt. Old Mountie Drew. Mount Druitt looks like it is sponsored by a charity clothing bin. People in Mount Druitt aspire as children to one day get on the dole. Mount Druitt is so bad that they had to come up with 7 great things about it on the internet. And here are those 7 great things. Number 1, easy access to everything. If you mean easy access to meth, then sure. Number 2, it's multicultural. Yes, people from all over the globe are coming together to not work in Mount Druitt. Number 3, Starbucks. That's a strange flex. Number 4, you're in a prime position for a day trip. Yeah, wow, what a great thing about a suburb. It's easy to leave. Number 5, you can afford the Aussie dream. If you mean getting into housing commission, sure, anyone can afford that. Number 6, sitting on your porch is a thing. Obviously, when you got nothing else to do because you don't work, sitting on a porch is a great thing. Number 7, the community cares. And that's really true about low socioeconomic areas. The community does really come together. It's usually in the form of a riot in the middle of the street, throwing burning mattresses. Shout out to Logan. Ladies and gentlemen, everywhere in Australia fucking sucks except for where I live. It's a beautiful place. Be a good motherfucker. There's new Butts Mum merch coming out very, very soon. Other things, bye.
Nothing's